I'm ready. What up? Let's get to it. So first I want to speak on Kwesi and O'Connell, the Kwesi and O'Connell dynamic, right? And this whole Kirk Cousins fiasco. Now, first thing, is it any dysfunction or any friction between Kevin O'Connell or Kwesi, right? Yeah. Gotta ask yourself that, right? Was it a disagreement? Did Kevin O'Connell disagree with Kwesi not re-signing Kirk Cousins, letting him go, etc., etc.? Now you got to ask yourself that, because we know after Kirk tore his Achilles throughout the whole season, even the beginning of the offseason, Kevin O'Connell vouched for him, said how much he wanted to keep Kirk around, wanted Kirk to stay on the team, right? And he expressed that more than Kwesi Adofo Mensah, in my opinion. Now, Kwesi spoke on it, but he really couldn't say too much, right? He couldn't really talk about what were their future plans, etc., etc. But Kevin O'Connell, out of everybody, oh yes, he made it clear he wanted Kirk Cousins to stay as quarterback, unless he was playing the game, right? Unless he was just being politically correct. But if we're talking about the facts and the statements that were made, you could definitely say that it could be some type of dysfunction in the Minnesota Vikings organization, right? Yeah. You ask yourself, did Kwesi even talk to O'Connell, or did he just go behind his back and make the move? Now, Kevin O'Connell, some may say a lot of pressure is on him as far as identifying a quarterback now, right? Being able to develop and have a quarterback playing at an elite level. But see, according to O'Connell, he had his quarterback. He had the guy he wanted. I'm just going off statements that Kevin O'Connell made, quickly and swiftly, right? Yeah, so according to O'Connell, Kirk was his guy. Kirk had kind of, you want to say, a breakout season under O'Connell. They were going into year 3, but at the end of the day, Kirk didn't want to play fair ball unless Kwesi and the staff, the organization, is hiding something. Now, they still haven't came out with the number that they offered Kirk Cousins, correct? Yeah. They still haven't came out with the number that they offered Kirk Cousins, dog. So you ask yourself, once again, did O'Connell agree with this? Is O'Connell cool with this decision? Because he's really starting all over. Out of everybody, he has the most pressure on him, and he's really the one starting over, right? Yeah. He's really the one starting over, doing it all over again as far as quarterback. You dig me? And he actually vouched for Kirk. Achilles tear and all. So I'm very interested to know, dog. Maybe it'll come out, maybe it won't. But is it some friction there with Kwesi and O'Connell with that Kirk Cousins move? Was it a case of Kwesi just overriding everybody? getting a okay from the Wilfs? And then Kevin O'Connell just being left in the dry, not really knowing what's going on, or maybe even expecting one thing, then the unexpected happens. But it's a lot of questions behind that, man. Hey, if you ask me, in my opinion. Now, we just talk about the whole Kirk Cousins and Kevin O'Connell dynamic. Seemed like they were finally getting on the right page until Kirk got hurt. See, we can't live in a world of ifs, right? Oh, if Kirk didn't get hurt, this would have happened, that would have happened. No, we don't know for sure, right? But we know for a fact how KOC had Kirk Cousins playing. How he put the time, work, and effort in to have Kirk playing at a certain level, right? Heavy, dog. Hands down, man down. He put the time and effort in to change Kirk's whole mentality, dog. Cannot take that away from him. You dig me? But at the end of the day, it just wouldn't work anymore, man. Yeah, Kirk was not trying to play fair ball. Unless, like I say, unless it was a number offered and it was a disrespectful number, they lowballed him, or Kirk just didn't want to accept what was going on, right? Accept that number. Now we know Kirk has said hometown discount, etc., etc. Giving a hometown discount, which I feel that's cap. I don't feel like he stuck by that, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't feel like he stuck by his word. Kirk talks a lot. Kirk has talked a lot, man, about team morale, what matters most. But at the end of the day, we see clearly what matters most and what has mattered the most for Kirk Cousins, as far as his career, legacy, etc., Super Bowl wins. None of that matters. Only thing Kirk thinks about is that guapino, huh? And we saw it clear this offseason. But yeah, it could definitely be some behind the scenes friction going on, man. Some disagreements going on, We've seen it before in Vikings territory between Mike Zimmer, Rick Spielman. Yeah, It was turmoil. It was chaos. No one was really speaking. No one really knew what was going on. So I don't think it's at that level yet. But this Kirk Cousins decision, just knowing KOC, really haven't heard Kevin O'Connell speak on it. And every time he spoke about Kirk, it's always been good things, how he wants him back. But I wouldn't be surprised if him and Kwesi might have clashed about the man Kirk Cousins. Yeah, I would not be surprised at all. Now, will it ruin their relationship? No, I won't say that. I won't say that, dog. I don't think it would ruin their relationship. But yeah, it may definitely be some questions moving forward, right? Especially from Kevin O'Connell, if it's some tension there, man. If it's some tension there. But overall, I definitely agree with the Vikings not re-signing Kirk Cousins. And once again, like I say, perfect opportunity for Kevin O'Connell to prove just who he really is as a head coach, dog. As a quarterback whisperer, huh? Can he identify his quarterback? Can he develop him? You dig me? A lot of people will say, I'm sure, oh, it's not fair to KOC. They took his guy away, etc., etc. That's part of the business. That's part of the NFL game, right? Part of the business, part of the NFL game, right, man? No way around it, man. Sometimes things may not go your way. You may not have the last call, dog. That's why you got different levels. Head coaches, GM owners. Head coaches, GMs, owners, right? Is what it is, man. But yeah, hopefully there's not any tension, man. Hopefully they both agreed on letting Kirk go. Hopefully KOC understands. We know Kwesi understands. But hey, man, is what it is. Next topic, man. We talking about our NFL tampering. Those dirty Atlanta Falcons. That's why they call them those dirty Atlanta Falcons, right? Allegedly tampering with Kirk Cousins, talking to him before they were supposed to talk to him. I believe it was after 3 p.m. on the 13th. Allegedly see Kirk. Kirk loved to talk. Kirk loved to yap. He kind of said too much at his recent presser for the Falcons. Talked about how they had conversations. They talked about his health, etc., etc. That's a no-no. That's a no-no, correct? Heavy, though. That's a big no-no. Yeah, no doubt. Now, Kirk Cousins, what would the NFL do to him? What would they do to the Atlanta Falcons? For gathering information, tampering, asking Kirk Cousins certain questions. I'm sure it was about his physical health, his Achilles. How is he feeling? How is he doing, huh? Yeah, but that's not supposed to happen. And if we're talking facts, they're breaking the rules of the NFL. Now, I think it is officially under investigation, but you ask yourself what could possibly be done. Could it be a fine? Could it be a suspension? I'm sure it won't affect the Vikings. I mean, how could it affect the Vikings, dog? I mean, the Vikings already did what they had to do. Kirk already signed the deal, signed the contract. But I say, how could this affect the Falcons, Let's just say Kirk Cousins maybe suspended a few games, huh? Yeah, maybe he will be suspended a few games, or the head coach or whoever spoke to him. In all reality, I just think it will be a big fine, dog. At the end of the day, I think it will be a big fine. Somebody going to pay out. We know the NFL is a business. How many players have we seen fined Major numbers just for celebrating, just for a celebration, dog, or taunting, so-called taunting, huh? Playing exciting football, getting hyped up, getting excited, dog. Talking a little trash. So we see what the NFL is, what it's about, dog. It want that guapino. Huh? And if they can get some money out of an NFL player or an NFL coach, why wouldn't they, man? So it's a lot of speculations and rumor on this whole tampering thing, but I don't think anyone will get fired or suspended indefinitely. I just think it'll probably be a slap on the wrist, man. But if we're talking breaking the rules, following the script, following the program, the Falcons didn't do that. And do I agree with the rule? Not really, because, you should be able to ask questions. You should be able to give physicals, gather information on the player you're about to sign, And the Falcons went with Kirk, I'm sure, because the way he was playing before he tore his Achilles, playing at a high level, can't take that from him. But I'm sure they have their worries as well, right? They have their questions as well. Do I think it's a big deal? No, but if we're talking about the rule book, following the rules, what all 32 NFL teams have to follow, they broke the rules. Dog. So what will this investigation detail? What will happen after it? I don't know, man, but I definitely think it will be a fine. Kirk Cousins, said goodbye to Minnesota, how he had to leave, this and that. No, Kirk, you didn't have to leave. The Falcons gave you a better option. They gave you more guapino. You didn't care about the situation, the team around you. So be real, Kirk. That's the biggest thing about Kirk Cousins. Keep it real, dog. Keep it a buck, huh? Heavy, dog. Period. Huh? Period, Kirk Cousins. Keep it 1,000. Keep it 1,000, huh? So he tried to say thank you to the fans, thank you to the coaches. He would have loved to stay the Viking, this and that. Cap, I'm not buying it. You can buy it. I'm not buying it. All you Kirk Cousins stands and nut riders, you can buy the hype. I'm not buying the hype, dog. It's been 6 years. We know who Kirk is. Glad he's out the building. But this is very intriguing what's going to happen. Because if the Falcons have to lose Kirk for multiple weeks, woo, you talk about trouble, they could definitely be in big trouble, homie. No doubt, homie. Period, bottom line, man. But this is part of the game. The Falcons, they've been a dirty organization. We even saw it last year from their coaches speaking on players, right? Speaking on the rookie running back about his illness, about somebody was getting forced to play or it was lies told, the head coach sounding ridiculous, talking nonsense. So the Falcons have been playing dirty ball. You got to question that organization. Huh? Heavy, huh? Been a lot of things going on with the Falcons, huh? You dig me? Players going at coaches, personnel, all that, man. So we'll see what happens with Kirk Cousins, man. We'll see what happens with that whole situation. But at the end of the day, it will not affect the Vikings. It should not affect the Vikings. The Vikings are officially done with Kirk Cousins. Heavy, dog. Bottom line. Now we got some fresh news, new news, baby. And we talking about the trenches. Huh? The Vikings signed a player. Who is this player? Hey, Jerry Tillery. Now he's a vet, a true vet. I think he's entering his 6th season. Is this a splash signing? No, dog. I can't really say a splash. Is it solid, dog, as far as depth? Getting beef up front? And we talking real beefy like Arby's, you got the meats? Jerry Tillery, 6'6", 295. Man, his expertise really is being a pass rusher at the D-tackle position. Something the Vikings didn't get a lot of, right? Yeah, they couldn't get that interior pressure on a quarterback. Now you got Jerry Tillery, 6'6", 295 once again. Could he be a plus? Could he contribute? Yeah. Like I always say, change of scenery could change everything, dog. Change of scenery could change everything like that, quickly and swiftly. But he's a big boy. He's definitely a big boy. Now, is he a splash name? No. Definitely not. Does that mean he won't elevate? Does that mean he can't contribute at a high level? No, dog. But If if his expertise is getting pressure on the quarterback, and as much as Brian Flores blitzed, huh? He could be an asset to the defense, man. Cause as many times as Brian Flores blitzed the game, the pressure was still lacking from the interior, from the front line, baby. But you talk about size, size, you can't coach size. 6'6", 295 sounds real good. Sounds very good in my opinion. You know, that's what it's about. The trenches where their games are won. Where the games are won, dog, especially the playoff time. So if Jerry Tillery can come in and even contribute, you know, a little bit, get more pressure on that quarterback, help out in the run game. You dig me? But I like the move as far as depth. I love the move as far as a depth chart move, you know. Bringing in a guy who can not only fill in, but probably could be a potential starter. Probably looking at him being a starter on that front line. I would love it if they would have got Christian Wilkins, but at the end of the day, you can't dwell on it. It is what it is, right? But Jerry Tillery, he could contribute. Excuse me. He could definitely contribute, man. Like I say, has a lot of experience, a lot to bring to the table, can teach the younger guys. And like I say, it's not too late for some of these veterans to step up. Develop their game some more. Some guys pop, you know, have a breakout season later in their careers. So we got to see how it pans out. But they attack the D tackle. I like what Kwesi has done so far in free agency, but I would love to see them attack that D-line, that interior D-line more. But like I say, the draft is coming up. It's a lot of options. Baby. The draft is dead. Heavy, dog. It's players in that draft, and I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to stand on it. I would love for the Vikings to say F a quarterback early and build them trenches. Huh? But shout out to Kwesi and what he's doing. Side note, DJ Wonnum signs with the Panthers. signs with the Panthers, dog. Man, now, maybe he didn't want to play fair ball, fair game, but it is what it is, you know. I ain't going to say good riddance to him. I like how he was playing, but was he playing enough to keep around for real? Was he that elite for real? Was DJ Wonnum applying pressure like that for real? Especially if he didn't want to take a pay cut for real. It's no reason to keep him around. Dog. Heavy. Huh? No reason at all, baby. I'm just being A1 with you. Dog. Heavy. DJ Wonnum stepped up, played better, but was it enough? Now, I'm not sure what he was asking for, but the Panthers gave it to him. And DJ Wonnum, coming off a quad injury, a quad tear, how much was they really going to get this man? How much was they really going to get at it, man, bruh? Let's break it down. So he's out the building. It is what it is. He's out the building, dog. You know, respect DJ Wonnum. Wish him the best until he comes to Vikings territory, and it is what it is. Let's get it. Score, Vikes, win, lose, or draw, dog. Heavy. Score, Vikes, win, lose, or draw. But DJ Wonnum to the Panthers. I mean, it would have been nice just for depth chart reasons if they could have worked out a deal, you know. Kept it going, signed him for another year or two. You know, just to see what happens. But, hey, it's the business, dog. It's the business. He wanted to get out the building. He's out the building. You dig me? Now let's talk about Danielle Hunter. Danielle Hunter goes to the Houston Texans. The Texans are going all in. Don't be surprised if they make a playoff run. Heavy, dog. They're going all in. Happy for Danielle Hunter, dog. Wish he could have stayed a Viking, but that's part of the business. I'm sure he broke the bank. Got that last big deal he was looking for. And the Texans proved right there they're going all in. It kind of was a swap, kind of a trade. Grenard to the Vikings, D-Hunt to the Texans. Of course, Grenard was cheaper, but in the long run, you talk about Grenard is younger than D-Hunt. You know, he's 26, 27, D-Hunt 30. So it's going to be interesting if D-Hunt can stay healthy. Can he contribute at that high level? We're going to see who won this exchange of players, so to say, right? Yeah, this exchange of players. But the Texans, I think, they've done a great job, man. They're going all in. They're building that defense. They already got a young defense. You talk about a D-line, trenches. Trenches is heavy, dog. Especially they pass rush. Come on, dog. Will Anderson, Roll Tide, full of pride. Now you got D-Hunt. Come on, baby. So the Texans is moving and grooving. The Texans are moving and grooving, huh? Yeah. So they could definitely be AFC contenders. AFC contenders heavy, man. You dig me? It's all about trench game. It's all about trench game, especially in playoffs, man. But Danielle Hunter, yeah, you don't like to see him go. You know, definitely always will be remembered as a Viking. Huh? One of the best Vikings to ever strap up that helmet. Put on that purple, dog. Huh? Put on that purple and ball, man. I would have loved to see him just sign his last contract with the Vikings, finish his career as a Viking, but it's just not enough funds. It's just not enough funds, huh? At the end of the day, where's the funds? Where are the funds coming from? You dig me? You got to pay Jettas. You got to pay Darasol. But I love the moves Kwesi made. You know, you let an all-star go, you bring in another potential all-star elite player with room to develop, and you put him around Brian Flores, you could make magic, create magic, huh? Yeah. Put him around Brian Flores and the right program, you can create some magic, dog. We've seen it numerous times in the NFL. Heavy, dog. Period, bottom line. But D-Hunt, I feel like he will still be a problem. You know, I feel like he still is an elite pass rusher. An elite pass rusher. Nobody say, dog. Care what nobody talking about. We know who D-Hunt is. We know who D-Hunt is, baby. Period. So I'm happy for D-Hunt, dog. Wish him the best once again. Until you enter Skull territory. You enter Skull territory, it's Skull Vikes forever, dog. No matter what, man. But yeah, some Vikings news, baby. Let me know how you feel about the video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when I'm on and rock and roll. And takes less than 1 second, man. Huh? Let's get it, man. Support the grind, support the grind, support the grind. Big Skull head. Skull Vikes forever. Heavy. Huh? Yeah.